Harriet, is it true what I heard about you? What are you talking about, Bella? Is what true? Is it true that you got cancer? I heard you were gonna have surgery. They say you were gonna have a big operation for just a teeny-weeny growth. Is that right? Yes, I'm afraid so. And on top of that, you were insane enough to have my Uncle Bill examine you. Ethan told me that your Uncle Bill was an expert in the field, so of course I agreed. It was Ethan who introduced me to him. Uncle Bill is the best doctor in the world, the cream of the crop, the doctor of all doctors, they say. You know he's been on the TV. He's had hundreds of articles written about him in magazines. You know he was even in the New York Times and Spectator. I am very grateful to be seen by such a well-respected doctor. It's a humbling experience. You know that doctor is Ethan's grandfather's brother, don't you? Yes, your father-in-law's father, right? That's right. He is 73 years old and still going strong. You wouldn't know it to look at him. He still seems so young. He's a wonderful man. He has so much power. And he is so nice, too. He put me right at ease during the consultation. I don't think you actually get what I am saying, do you? What do you mean? Uncle Bill is from our side of the family. Yes, I get that. What of it? He has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with me? Don't you get it? You are just married to Ethan. You are just his wife. Sorry, I'm still not following. You are not the sharpest pencil in the box, are you? You ain't related! Excuse me? My God! You're such a dullard! You are just Ethan's wife. You ain't one of our true family. You're just taking advantage of your position. You ain't got no right to be seen by our Uncle Billy. You should have gone to the local doctor. That's a ridiculous thing to say. So illogical and so rude to me. I married Ethan. I am a part of this family now. I want to be operated on by the best doctor available. I don't want to put my life in the hands of just any old local doctor. Who do you think you are? You can't speak to me like that. I can't believe you expect a great man like Uncle Billy to operate on a common woman like you. And it's just a teeny-weeny growth that any old backstreet physician could cut off with a scalpel. I was afraid that something like this would happen. I was so upset when I found out it was malignant. But your Uncle Bill, Dr. Williams, was very reassuring. He told me that I needed to have surgery as soon as possible. He said there was nothing to worry about. If it's taken out right now, it will heal completely. It ain't nothing that a good night's sleep wouldn't heal. Sleep? What are you talking about? This is cancer. It's a little more serious. Besides, if you're having surgery, you'll be hospitalized, right? Who's gonna pay for that? We'll find a way. This is my health. Who's going to look after the housework and the cooking when you're in the hospital? I was hoping you could do it. I'll only be in for a few days. It's not like it's long term. You've gotta be kidding me. I'll be back on my feet in no time at all. I want to fight this. Ethan said he'd help out as much as he can, too. He said it's not a busy time at work, so he can take some time off. You expect Ethan to take on your chores, too? He's too good for you, our Ethan. You take advantage of his kind nature. He may say he's not busy at work, but that is just a lie he tells you to make you feel better. What a wife you've turned out to be for our Ethan, making him clean up all the mess you leave. Women these days have no common sense. I'm sorry you think that way. I'm gonna call Uncle Bill and tell him that you've decided to find your own doctor. So you'd better get your skates on and head up Main Street. You're being unreasonable. He took the time out of his busy schedule to see me. I don't want his time to be wasted. He'll be taking up even more of his time if you force him to go ahead with this ridiculous operation. Just be grateful for the small mercy he showed you by seeing you the once. Please, don't do this to me. You're being so unreasonable. I want Dr. Williams to operate on me. I don't want any other doctor. No way! I am not having you dirty Dr. Williams, hand of God! Why are you so nasty to me? You don't want me to set Gregory on you, do you? Gregory? Do you understand what I am saying? Yes, I understand. Get the dinner on, then! Quickly! Hurry up! My name is Harriet. I've been married to my husband Ethan for a year. I found out that I had cancer at the young and tender age of 27. Fortunately, it was discovered in the early stages. It had not had a chance to metastasize and spread to other parts of my body. But it seems to be in a somewhat difficult place to operate on, and I'm told that the surgery requires a lot of skill. Dr. Williams has a lot of experience in this kind of surgery, and he tells me that he can easily treat me. My husband and I were relieved when he agreed to carry out the surgery. I did not expect my wicked mother-in-law to be so dead set against it. And that makes it all the more difficult because Ethan and I are living with her in the family home at her insistence. She was nice to me at first, but once I moved in, the next thing I knew, she was making me do all the housework and cooking. She treated me no better than a slave. I guess that was the point of her having us move in. My husband warned her about it a number of times, but she always threatened him with Gregory. Gregory is Ethan's older brother, and he is like Bella's vicious little lapdog. He'll do anything she says. If Brother Gregory got wind that Bella was unhappy with me, he would ban me from living here and throw me out on the streets. I have nowhere to go if I'm chased out of their house. Ethan's mother is very controlling. She would find a way to keep us apart. My mother-in-law would use every trick in the book to keep me away from Great Uncle Billy, the world-famous doctor with godlike hands, and the family's pride and joy. How kind of your mother-in-law to run a nice hot bath for you. What a sweet lady I am. You told me to get in right away, so I did. I almost burned the skin off my feet, it was so hot. I was only thinking of you when I run it at that temperature. It was 140 degrees! That is not a safe temperature for a human being to bathe in. What a load of rubbish. I saw on TV that cancer cells can be eliminated at high temperatures. I thought I was doing you a favor. You're talking about hypothermia treatment, right? They use thin needle probes to pinpoint the tumor and destroy the cancerous cells with heat. Needle-thin probes, not hot baths, Bella. You never hear about those comedians on that TV show too hot to handle getting cancer. There was one last week when the temperature went up to 200 degrees. That's TV! It's a game show! It's not real! There is no human on this earth who could stand that kind of temperature. So you couldn't take a bath? No, I couldn't. What a waste of my benevolent deed! My feet are still red raw and stinging from the heat. Oh yes, I just remembered I have an acquaintance who is a famous psychic medium. Really? It's probably just a bad spirit that you are a host to. You need to have it removed. Then you'll be cured. I'm not sure I believe in that kind of thing. In that case, what about waterfall treatment? Yes, try the ocean or a waterfall. I heard that there was a study that proved that 10 minutes of listening to the sounds of splashing water can do wonders for curing cancer. With all due respect, Bella, I would rather go to the hospital to have surgery. I'm not really convinced by those other kinds of treatment. If you go to the hospital, there is no way you will ever be able to come back to this house again. Why? I heard you are having an affair. I'm going to tell Ethan. That's a ridiculous suggestion. I'm not having an affair. The other day, I saw you at the door leaning against the mailman. What mailman? I have a picture of it. I took it with my phone. The mailman. I remember that. I just stumbled on the step and he took my arm for support. Yes, I know. Women who cheat on their husbands always have a good excuse. Ethan is already worried sick about my illness. Please don't say anything unnecessary. It will only make him more anxious. Then you had best get yourself to the nearest waterfall to get purified then, hadn't you? You have such an unreasonable attitude. Everything will be fine if you just listen to what I say. Get on and do your chores and get enough sleep. Cancer comes from being spoiled. You can't say I'm spoiled. I said it! Now shut up and do the chores! Why Ethan ever married such a stupid woman as you is beyond me. I told you over and over, you ain't got no right to go to Uncle Bill's hospital. You couldn't get that into your thick skull, could you? What the deuce are you doing? Shame on you! I'm sorry, but I really want to get this treated properly. Ethan and I want to have children, so I need to be healthy. That's not a good enough reason to pester my Uncle Bill. What about the house? What about the chores? You are such an irresponsible woman! What now? He told me to call him when there was nothing else I could do. Call who? What are you blathering about now? Oh, Uncle Bill. Dr. Williams. Harriet, have you been exchanging WhatsApp messages with Dr. Williams? Dr. Williams said that it was a family member's privilege. But here, let's talk with him together. Dr. Williams, it's certainly been a long time.
Yes, we haven't seen each other since my brother's memorial service.
I always look forward to hearing about your activities. I read an article about you in The Spectator a few weeks ago.
Enough of your small talk. I don't have time for your sycophantic flattery, Bella.
You are absolutely right, Doctor. Let's proceed to the conversation at hand. I am so sorry for the inconvenience our family has caused you. I apologize wholeheartedly.
Not at all.
Ethan's wife, our dear Harriet, told me that you consulted with her about the cancer. I'm sure she's making a mountain out of a molehill, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that your medical diagnosis?
It's only natural for a woman of my years and experience to be of that opinion. You tell her, Dr. Williams, from the point of view of a specialist, that sleep is the best medicine.
That is an interesting point of view, to be sure.
I told you, didn't I, Harriet? There's that old saying that ill health begins in the mind. Young people these days just don't have the grit and guts that we had back in the day. You don't have to prescribe drugs for every little cough or sneeze. And you certainly don't have to cut them open and operate on every little lump. Just chase them out of the surgery. That's my philosophy.
So you're of the opinion that I should chase Harriet out of the surgery?
Yes, right away. It's a waste to spend good money on medical bills and hospitalization. If it's the kind of cancer that's going to kill you, then let fate take its course. That's what I say. My son Ethan will just have to give up the fight, too.
I see.
That's the be-all and end-all of a married woman's life.
You obnoxious woman!
Excuse me?
Harriet?
Yes, Dr. Williams?
It must have been really hard for you to marry into a family with such a hopeless mother-in-law.
Yes, Doctor. It has been really hard. What? There you go again, you spoiled brat! It's the truth.
Bella, if you ever come running to me for a consultation and it turns out you have cancer, I'll tell you to sleep it off!
It's different for me, Uncle Bill. If it happened to be me, I would be relieved to find out that Uncle Bill, Dr. Williams, would carry out the surgery on my cancer.
Go to bed and sleep it off!
Dr. Williams, with all due respect, I said it to her because she is a young woman. It's different for someone as old as I am.
Bella, with all due respect, You haven't got the foggiest idea what you are talking about. It's the other way around. Cancer progresses faster when you are young. If you don't treat it properly, it can be fatal.
But I hardly think Harriet is old enough for Uncle Bill to use Dr. Williams' hand of God on her.
It's not for you to judge whom I can and can't heal with my so-called hand of God. I really wish that awful journalist hadn't started that whole hand of God rubbish. It's gotten quite out of hand.
That's true, but she is my daughter-in-law.
Is a daughter-in-law the property of a mother-in-law? What era do you think you're living in?
Excuse me.
Work, little concubine. Don't rest, little concubine. Little concubine not sick. All in little concubine's mind. How long are you going to keep spouting this outdated sophistry?
But that was what it was like in the past, right?
Once upon a time in a land far, far away, there were little princesses with kind mothers-in-law. There were also little princesses who were ruled over and spat on and abused by evil witches like you. Don't blame it on the era. Blame it on the woman.
That's a wicked thing to say to me.
I cannot believe my sweet little nephew ended up with this evil witch for a wife. She must have mixed up one hell of a potion in her cauldron to put such a strong spell on him.
Uncle Bill, stop it! You can't speak like this about me.
According to your equivocation, a wife is an outsider, so she has nothing to do with you.
I'm not sure I put it quite like that. That's exactly what you meant.
Case in point. You are also a wife, which means you are an outsider too. Therefore, the logical conclusion is that you have nothing to do with me.
Don't you go using that awful logic on me, Uncle Bill.
Bella, whatever illness you may be inflicted by in the future, I would like you not to depend on me.
Please don't say that.
I am a physician. My work is my life's mission. It's my pride. I don't have time to waste on pointless conversations like this with people who don't respect human life.
I understand. I will let Harriet have the surgery.
I don't need your permission. As long as both Harriet and Ethan agree, then we can go ahead with the surgery. It's a simple matter. It's none of your business. Stay out of it!
Uncle Bill, could we talk privately?
No, Bella. I am not interested. I will let the family know that in the future, I will not show up at any functions that you are involved in.
If you tell them that, I'll be castigated!
It's your own fault! You will deserve everything that you have coming to you.
Look at what you've done, Harriet! It's all your fault! Say something! Serves you right!
Well said. You have to get these things off your chest. Keeping it inside is bad for your health.
Thank you for helping me, Dr. Williams. Just by reading this exchange between you and Bella, I feel lighter. It's like I'm finally in control of my own life again. I feel so much better.
It's nice to know that we could get rid of the source of your stress before the surgery.
Uncle Bill, my phone won't stop ringing with calls from angry relatives. This is all you're doing!
Ugh, I forgot to mention. I've been on the phone with everyone to let them know what's been going on. I told them I wouldn't show my face anywhere that you were present.
They said they always look forward to seeing Uncle Bill, and they blamed me for upsetting him. They told me to leave. They said I was poison to this family. They say they are banning me from everything. You loathsome man.
If you are kind to people, the warmth of that kindness comes back to you. If you are hard on people, you have to be prepared for what you'll get thrown back at you. I can't believe you've lived this long and still don't understand this one simple thing.
I think I know that now.
Harriet, your examination is tomorrow morning. Let's get you ready for the surgery.
Thank you, Dr. Williams.
And when you are better, would you and Ethan join me for a slap-up meal?
We'd be delighted.
It'll be my treat. Let's look forward to that.
My life is in your hands, Dr. Williams.
Don't worry about a thing, Harriet. My hands are the so-called hands of God.
Would I perchance be invited to this slap-up meal, Uncle Bill?
Are you still here, Bella? Be off with you!
After all that, the surgery was a success and I made a full recovery. My mother-in-law Bella continued to ignore phone calls from angry relatives, so they turned up at the house to voice their opinions. There was shouting and yelling, and curses and complaints were bandied back and forth. Over and over, they told her to get out of the house and leave the family. They told her she was no longer welcome to any of their functions. And since my father-in-law holds Dr. Williams in such high regard, and because my mother-in-law couldn't forgive him, they ended up getting a divorce at a ripe old age. He kicked her out and we lived together, just the three of us. Bella was not able to afford to rent an apartment on her pension. In the end, she had no other choice but to live in a shack deep in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. She lives there alone to this day, surrounded by old people, and forced to work as a maid for a living. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please press the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and leave a comment below. See you next time!